Ventilation systems are designed to ensure a pleasant indoor climate. However, the air volumes that are moved in large buildings are also a cost factor. Efficient operation of ventilation systems therefore also involves controlling the volume flows of individual ducts. Today I would like to show you how easy it is to do this with the Wöhler DC 410 flow. In this ventilation system, the aim is to determine the partial volume flow in this line. To do this, I use the Wöhler DC 410 flow with the telescopic flow probe. This telescopic flow probe measures the volume flow via the differential pressure, in other words via the dynamic pressure and the flow pressure, and the area, so we move to several measuring points. The device tells me right here on the scale how far I have to push my flow probe in. Of course, the whole thing is also temperature compensated so that I can read off not only the operating volume flow, but also the standard volume flow from the result afterwards. And I have already set the device so far that we have a signal to noise ratio of 0.5 meter, so from the last bend. I have also already set up a rectangular channel measuring 300 by 250 millimeters and 3 measuring levels. This is now a rectangular duct, so the trivial method is used, the gravity line method is used for round ducts. Both are now possible with the DC 410 flow. So the device is ready. I have already zeroed the pressure and can now turn my attention to the first measuring point. The position of the probe tip in the airflow is of course important when positioning the probe. This is of course logical. The position of this probe tip can also be clearly seen here on the probe handle. This means that I can now go here, insert the probe, and then seal my measurement opening here with the foam. And now I can start the measurement straight away. So now I start the grid measurement in the first level. The device shows me that I'm in the first level of 3 and that I should insert the measuring probe at 1.3 centimeters. I now set this on the scale, 1.3 centimeters, and then I wait for the volume flow to become stable. And as soon as the value is stable, I can adopt it. Then I should insert 3.8 centimeters. I set that too. And here you have to wait a short time as well to ensure that there is a stable volume flow, which I can then adopt again. It is therefore very important that you then set up the whole thing as the measuring device suggests. I then go through all the measurement levels, and at the end we can take a look at the result. To do this, I go to Evaluation and can read off the measurement result directly, so I can see that we have an operating volume flow of 1,190.8 cubic meters per hour. The standard air volume flow would be 1,147.3 cubic meters per hour. I can then print out this result with the Wöhler thermal fast printer or transfer it to the software via the USB interface. Now all I have to do is compare the actual volume flow with the target volume flow, and then I can make the necessary readjustments. That's how easy it is to measure volume flow in air ducts with the Wöhler DC 410 flow.